everyone, and thanks for tuning in. This is Around Town with Laurel Board of Trade, where we shine a spotlight on some of the most amazing local business members that are right here in our community. I'm your host, Carla Conway. I'm a graphic designer with Uncommon Design, and I'm also one of the directors for the Laurel Board of Trade. Thanks so much for joining us today. So we're pretty excited today. I'm here with Shannon Mouton, and Shannon is the Executive Director for Lars, Laurel Advocacy and Referral Services. So welcome and thanks for being with us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Great. So I'm just going to jump right in and ask you, tell us in a nutshell, what is Lars?
In a nutshell, it's a very big nut, by the way. In a nutshell, Laurel Advocacy and Referral Services, Lars, provides food and financial support to low-income individuals and families living in the greater Laurel area. And by greater Laurel area, I mean Laurel City, which is where we are now, Laurel unincorporated Prince George's County, Laurel Howard County, and Laurel Anne Arundel County.
Okay, so 3 counties.
3 counties, 1 city, and a partridge in a pear tree.
That's exciting. Okay, so speaking of partridge in a pear tree, what a great segue. What is Laurel doing special for the holidays coming up?
So for the holidays, Lars sponsors its Holidays for Hope program. And so with that program, what we do is we provide groceries as well as toys for our clients' families. So clients register to participate in the program. They get a special Christmas or holiday gift basket of food, and we make sure that their children get toys. And on a special day in December, everyone comes together. The parents get the food, the kids get the toys.
That's really great. It's a very special program. So how can the citizens of Laurel help participate? And not just that, but in anything to help support Lars?
First, let me say, I've been in the nonprofit world going on 30 years now. And the men and women and families and businesses and city government, everyone in the city of Laurel and the surrounding unincorporated areas and wherever, they're so incredibly supportive of Lars. I got here just under 2 years ago, and I am amazed and awestruck by the support that we get from donors and, again, citizens and people alike. Whenever I go out, or teams or anyone on my team goes out, it's just an overwhelming support, and we're so thankful and so grateful. I've never seen it, like I said before. And so for people to participate or get involved with Lars on any level, we always take volunteers. We have client hours from 9 to 2, and that's when we're our busiest, Monday through Friday. So we always need people to come in and work in our food pantry. We have the largest food pantry in Laurel, thanks to the citizens and donors. We also provide opportunities for group projects as well, to work in the building to help us paint, clean, organize. We have bagging parties where we have groups come in and pre-bag foods, the canned goods, dry goods. We also need office support, people to come in and help us stuff letters, filing, do some data entry. So that's how volunteers can help. Of course, we are a nonprofit, so we are always looking for financial donations. Cash, we take gift cards, we can give those out to clients as well. Anything that people want to do, we can find a way to use it.
Okay, excellent. So there's always work to be done.
Always.
I have a question. Can volunteers come in the form of students that are looking for community service hours? Because I know some students, they're always wanting to help, and sometimes they don't have a lot of opportunities. Do you kind of work with them?
We can provide opportunities for older high school students.
Okay.
It is a safety issue.
Gotcha.
Because in the pantry, we have shelving, and the shelving is high, and so we want to make sure that people that they are strong enough and able to help and reach those shelves without
Gotcha.
putting themselves in danger. It's really just not a place for anyone. We don't like to have volunteers under the age of 16.
Okay.
It's too precarious down there. It's a tight space. And so it's just better for older high school students. So if you are an older high school student, we'd love to have you.
Okay, good to know. So something very exciting is happening in Laurel, and it is the Multi-Service Center. And I want you to speak a little bit about what that is and how your role for your organization will be kind of working with them.
We are so excited. I'm so excited about this. The Multi-Service Center, the new Laurel Multi-Service Center, is going to be phenomenal. There really is nothing like it in the area.
Right.
And again, looking at the Tri-County area that Lars works in, there's really nothing like it. The first floor area where a lot of the services will be is really going to be great and special once it's opened. For Lars, for us, we are so excited about this because on the second floor is where this partnership with the city, we will be coming in and managing a transitional housing program.
Okay.
This will be the first housing program that is 100% ours. We are funding for it. We will do the intake for it. We will do the case management. We will help people come in. We will work with them, and then we'll help them find a place of their own. And so we're very excited about this opportunity.
That's really fabulous because that's such an important, that transition time, you know. So tell us a little bit more about some of your flagship programs.
Certainly. We have 3 flagship programs. The one that everyone knows about is, of course, the emergency services. This is where the pantry comes under the emergency services and our financial assistance. So people can get assistance for rent, eviction prevention, get mortgage assistance. We help with utilities. If people need help getting IDs, we can support them in that as well. That's our most public-facing program. To be quite honest, though, our largest financial program is our permanent supportive housing program.
Okay.
And when I say that the transitional house will be our first one, that'll be the first that we have total control over. The permanent supportive housing program is federally funded through the Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Okay.
It's a HUD-funded program managed by the county, and so we work with them and what's called the continuum of care to make sure that the most chronically difficult to house, these are men, women, families who have lived in places not meant for habitation for at least a year, and it's documented, as well as there is some level of physical and or mental disability. And these are folks who tend to be unemployable as well. And so we work and we have what's called a master lease. We have 34 apartments in and around Laurel that we lease, and then we work with the continuum of care in Prince George's County to put individuals and families in those properties. And we then work with those clients and provide intense case management. People need all kinds of support. Some of these individuals haven't lived in a space, in what we would call a home, in years.
Wow.
And so we're working with some folks to teach them how to do laundry. And I remember I asked one of our case managers, I was like, well, he's been in our program for several months. How's he been changing his clothes? Well, he just doesn't have a lot of clothes, so he hasn't needed to wash or thought he needed to wash. I was like, oh, okay, gotcha. Same thing, we have a group, we have some individuals in that program. If we provided Thanksgiving dinner baskets, Thanksgiving food baskets. Some of those individuals, though, they're single. They haven't cooked in a long time. They certainly haven't cooked an entire Thanksgiving meal. So instead of giving them a whole basket with a big turkey, we were able to go to a local restaurant and negotiate to have individual Thanksgiving dinners donated.
Wow.
And so we were able to make sure these individuals had a Thanksgiving dinner that was suitable to them. Because giving them food that they then waste defeats the purpose.
Very overwhelming if you haven't done that.
Exactly. And then our third program is our self-sufficiency program.
Okay.
Excuse me. We call it SSP. If our emergency services is giving people a fish, then SSP, self-sufficiency, teaches people how to fish. This is it's much smaller. Lars started it right before the pandemic kicked off. The pandemic It kind of petered out. We've reinvigorated it now with full-time dedicated staff. And this is a 3 to 5 year commitment. It's a long program. And we are really helping people change their lives so that not only are we helping them onto the cliff, but helping them move away from the cliff, doing a lot of adulting classes, life skills classes. Yeah. We help people go to school if they want. We had one young woman, she wanted to be a medical assistant. We helped her to get her certificate. From getting that certificate, she got a job in a hospital where she now has full benefits and tuition reimbursement so she can go get her AA degree.
Wow.
They have daycare on site. They have full benefits. So she's now starting to move away from the cliff. That's what that program is about.
That's got to be so satisfying because, you know, it's true. You know, some people, I mean, it's just simple financial skills and how to write a budget. And when you're talking about adulting, I mean, some people don't even learn that in schools or from their parents if their parents aren't around. So to kind of connect them with that. So I understand, like you said, you've been at Lars for 2 years, and I know they've been busy years, but tell us what some of your biggest accomplishments have been to date.
Wow. There's so much. And I tell folks all the time, these are not my accomplishments. These are not Shannon's accomplishments. I am not a case manager. I am not a social worker. I don't pack groceries. I write checks. I make sure that the folks who are on the front line, who do the work, who really impact and interact with our clients, I make sure they have what they need to do their jobs to the best of their ability. So when you ask me, one of my biggest accomplishments, actually, it's investing in the team. We made sure that last year, we started this last year, and we've seen such good results, we're keeping it. We made sure that all of our case managers are certified case managers. We participated in a program offered online through the University of Maryland School of Social Work. So they all came in with different levels of experience and different levels of education. However, now they're all the same when it comes to certified case management. We felt that was important to make sure that all of our clients were receiving a standard of care. We've now instituted that. So all new case managers come in, they're required to participate in that unless they have an MSW. Master's with Social Work, excuse me. So that was something I was really proud of, that we were able to invest in the team that way because they are Lars. They get it done every day that we're open. Some of the other projects that I'm proudest of is the one that's coming, and again, that is the work that we're about to do with the transitional housing program at the Multi-Service Center. Being able to really be a part of this and have a place where we can determine kind of the parameters and the guidelines for our own housing program is just something that is the next natural step for us.
That's good. I'm glad you're going to be there. So I know you always welcome donations. Tell us, what are some items that people can donate that really are always needed?
Oh my goodness. How much time do we have? We always need food. Always need food. Always need food. Canned food, fresh vegetables, meats, we can always take. We can also always use diapers. Diapers. We have a great partnership with the Greater DC Diaper Bank. However, those diapers, that's a delivery we get once a month. Eventually those diapers run out. We can always use diapers from any size, and wipes and any sort of baby accoutrement that goes with that. We always need. A lot of people ask us if we accept clothes. We do not. So really it comes down to food, diapers, and any sort of financial donations you want to make.
Okay. What about vehicles?
Yes. We launched a new program this year. If you want to donate a vehicle, you go to the Lars website, laureladvocacy.org, and you can donate. You'll see a link where you can donate a vehicle to the organization, and we will get the financial proceeds. And we are so thankful for that.
Excellent. So where can folks go to learn more about you and support you?
Thank you. Great setup. You can always go to laureladvocacy.org, laureladvocacy.org. And my team is not going to like this because they say I put my information out there too much. But you can always email me directly. I do not mind. That's what I'm here for. Mouton, SMOUTON, at laureladvocacy.org. Send me your questions, your suggestions, your thought, your encouragement, something we need to improve on. Let me know. And we will do our best to make sure that your email is answered in a timely and professional manner.
So she's going to go back and just sit in front of that screen,
Yes.
guys, so
Yes.
send her something. So I'm going to give you an opportunity. I know we've covered a lot, and I have learned so much, and you are such a valuable resource. But is there one final thought that you'd like to leave our viewers with? Now's your chance.
One final thought. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for what you have done, what you want to do, and what I know you will do for us. Lars is an embedded, integral part of this community. We've been around for 36, going on 37 years. We would not be where we are. We would not be able to help the people that we do without you. You make Lars look good. You hold us accountable to do good. And we will be here as long as you want us to be. I tell folks all the time, the best day will be when I can close. And close not because we're out of money, but close because we're not needed anymore.
Shannon, I just want to thank you so much for joining us, and we have learned so much, and you are such a valuable resource, so we appreciate all you do.
Certainly.
So there you have it, another fabulous resource that we have right here in our community that continues to do so much for all of us. Consider volunteering or participating in their upcoming Holiday of Hope program. An adoptive family, it's a chance to be a part of something truly special. And I want you to stay tuned. Next up, we'll be talking with another one of our amazing Laurel Board of Trade members. That would be Stewart Sinex, and he's the owner of Gear Games Studio. Stick around.
In this gym, there is something extraordinary. A woman who overcame food addiction and obesity to become a world record holder. Powerlifter Tamara Walcott's journey began after she divorced her husband. She was morbidly obese and would often binge eat.
It was just me and the kids, and I had to figure out on my own like what to do next. So what I ended up doing is just pouring into myself. I knew I had to save my own life, so I said fitness. And let's do this.
For this story and more like it, check out youtube.com/LaurelTVOfficial.
Welcome back. Today I'm here with Stewart Sinex. He is one of the owners of Gear Games Studio right here in Laurel. Welcome and thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Yep. So what attracted you to open a tabletop game shop specifically?
So when I was a kid, we found, me and my sister found my family's game collection up in the attic. And we found this like hand-drawn box of like wizards and knights colored with colored pencils. And we brought it down and it's like, Mom, Dad, what's this? What's this? And we opened it up and there was a bunch of books and it was like, come family vacation, we'll show you. And with that, we played Dungeons and Dragons for the first time. Through our play between geekier games like Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering and more traditional games like Tripoli, our family was able to get close together, and we wanted to share that with the rest of the local community. Many years later, me and my partner Lena came back from Japan after teaching there for 6 years, and we decided to open up our own game shop after my dad retired from his game shop that he used to run.
So it's in the family. That's kind of
It
cool.
is.
Exciting. So share a little bit about your experience with tabletop gaming and what aspects of it you most enjoy.
Probably the biggest thing, the thing that really feeds me in order to continue to keep on with the very hard thing of running a business, is just when you're able to show someone something, or they're able to put together some ideas, and you see that spark of understanding and excitement of what they're seeing in front of them. And I find through gaming, you're really able to explore new ideas, new concepts, exercise in ways that you can only do in the land of imagination, and test your ideas in a safe space.
With like-minded folks that love that too.
Sometimes being challenged with people who don't agree with you and don't think the same way you do. It's you can see how we are more the same than we are different.
Interesting. So how do you see 3 games contributing to and enhancing the atmosphere of our local community?
Well, a lot of what we try to do to help out with the local community, because part of our goal is to get ingrained in the community of Laurel. So we are participating in many of the local celebrations, like the Juneteenth celebration, like Laurel Pride, so that people around town can actually get to know us, even if they don't get down to Main Street. We also try to reach out to local artisans to carry some of their geeky stuff that they make out of their own homes.
Cool.
I have some with me right now. One of our smallest producers, this guy named Alex, does these coasters.
Ooh, these are fun. They're like slate
coasters with different nerdy sayings and memes on them.
Oh, perfect for your drinks.
So certainly, because you want to keep your dining room table nice while you're playing your games.
I like those.
We also have some local dice makers. So from
I did not know we had any.
Asset Dungeoneering did this set of sharp-edged, hand-polished, hand-painted dice.
Wow, so colorful.
Oh yeah. We have a bunch of her stuff. She also runs some games down in our shop too. So like she runs an Alice in Wonderland themed D&D game for some of our people.
That would make a lovely stocking stuffer.
Wouldn't it?
Yes.
And then from Simply Eden, which is another local dice maker, she specializes in liquid core dice.
Okay.
So this is one of her signature pieces. A giant 20-sided dice.
That's lovely.
Go ahead.
Okay. Look at
So
this.
you can see that galaxy pattern inside of it. Now shake it. And you can see all that glitter and shine from, there are actually 7 mini snow globes inside of there.
It's just kind of shifted.
Oh yeah. And so you can see that glitter stir about after you shake it.
And it comes in a lovely wooden chest.
I grabbed this one for transport.
Oh.
So
it doesn't come in a lovely chest. But it's still quite lovely and sparkly and shiny.
We actually got the chest from the secondhand store down on Main Street and then repainted it.
Oh, that's nice.
And then not so local, but we still like to highlight him, is a candle maker that Lena's out in LA right now.
Okay.
Visiting some of the independent artisans that we have out there. And there's one called Cantrip Candles that does specially scented candles in order to evoke your favorite gaming environments.
Oh, why, of course.
So what do you smell with that one?
I don't know. I smell a lot of things. I'm smelling like a hint of chocolate.
Yep.
Maybe I'm just hungry.
No, it's not. It's
This is
not by
quite lovely.
accident. That is Coffee Shop.
Coffee shop. Coffee. That's what I said. A little coffee and a little, like a mocha thing.
Yeah. And so that's one to make your game room smell like coffee. If you're ever cold and at home on a cold night, the fragrance of that will just warm you right up.
Get you in the mood for games.
Oh yeah.
This is lovely. So Lena, you said, is she like one of the main merchandise buyers? So she's shopping, getting ideas for what's coming next in the shop?
She does most of our marketing. We're
Okay.
a small 2-person shop. And so we split a lot of the responsibilities. She does a lot of the marketing and the online work, while I do a lot of the in-person shop.
Awesome. So how do you ensure a welcoming and inclusive environment for your customers from diverse backgrounds?
Well, it sounds simple. Start off by actually being welcoming when they come into your shop.
Okay.
So a good greeting, actually talking to them and getting to know them. It also helps when they can see people that they identify with actually participating in activities in the shop and sitting behind the counter. And being sensitive to special needs that they might have. So like we have a couple of customers that are in wheelchairs that we have to make sure to make accommodations for, as well as quite a few that has various levels of social anxiety that we have to make sure to, in order to make sure that they are comfortable as they're coming to our shop. We even had one guy that came in who was like, I'm kind of nervous about going to game stores, but I want to see what's about here. And he thought he was only going to be there for a few minutes during one of our board game nights just to kind of get the vibe. And next thing he knows, we're closing and he's still looking for what the next game is to play.
Aww.
And from that, he actually met his current girlfriend.
Oh, that's very exciting. That's an extra perk.
It was so cute seeing the two of them get together.
Aw. So now you mentioned game night. Is there a specific day of the week in the evening that you have it, or does it vary?
Wednesdays and Saturdays we have our board game nights when we try to kind of herd the cats and get people together that like to play board games. That said, anytime you and your friends want to come by our shop and we have open table space, you can sit down and play at our tables.
Okay, that's exciting. Now, can someone bring their own game?
Yep.
Or you have games set up and it's like you're going to find the game you want kind of thing there?
We have a library of games in our game room that you can choose from, as well as many people bring their favorites from home to try to find new victims for. I mean, new players.
See, yes, okay. Now, I have a question that just popped into my head. But years ago, when my son was younger, he had these little tiny miniatures, figurines, and there was all these little kind of vials of paint, and he just painted those, and it was very meticulous, and he had more fun doing that. Is that something that you offer?
Yes, we have the paints and brushes inside the shop as well as some of the figurines.
Okay.
We also currently offer a Thursday night paint night where you can come in with your figures, paint them up, you can use the store's paints, you can use the store's brushes, although the store's brushes are not very good because public brush syndrome is a thing. People never take care of other people's stuff as well as they take care of their own. But you can sit down and we'll even give you some tips and advice, and you can chat with some other painters while you're at it.
Okay, sounds good. So do you have a favorite game? And if so, what is it? I know that's hard because there are so many.
It's like choosing my favorite child.
I know. Is there one you're really good at? Like exceptionally good at?
I think I can say my favorite style of game tends to be role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons, like the World of Darkness series, where people can usually use their creativity in order to do problem solving, as well as sometimes just kind of stab the baddie with a sword. I mean, through those games, I even got teenagers excited about financial records.
Ooh.
Because they told them who the bad guy really was. So they're like, we finally know.
That's interesting. So our family is really into puzzles, and I think that came, like during Christmas we always build puzzles, and even during COVID. Is that something you offer at your store?
Absolutely. We have everywhere from 48-piece puzzles for elderly, so it's adult images with larger pieces, so people can actually handle it who's losing their dexterity, to 5,000-piece puzzles.
How big a table do you have to have for 5,000 pieces? I don't even know.
A little over 5 feet long.
Good to know. There you have it.
The fact that I can rattle that off.
Yeah. So I saw something, by the way, this website of yours is amazing. There's so many exciting things on there, so I urge everyone to go to this website. But there was something on there that I had not heard before. What are plushies?
Plushies is another term for stuffed animals.
Oh, okay.
But because there's so many variety of figures that come with the stuffed animals, plushies, it tends to be a more generic term that can include the animals, can include people, stuffed people, can include...
From Mario characters, that's like a plushie?
That can be a plushie.
Okay.
I've seen quite a few of them, as well as some of your favorite YouTubers sometimes will offer little plushies for
Okay.
themselves.
Is there any plushies that are like in demand this holiday season?
We do a lot with Squishimals.
Oh.
And we have a ton of Plague Doctor Druids and Plague Nurse Nymphs that came in.
Okay.
As well as we still have a handful of Christmas plushies.
Okay.
There's even like a dragon that when you shake it, there's a little bell inside that you can hear.
That's pretty cool.
We try.
Okay, so stocking stuffers or anything else, think about that, guys.
Yeah.
Remember. Where can people go to learn more about you and support you?
Well, you can go to our website with 3geargames.com, as well as just swing by our shop on C Street. We're 25 C Street with a nice big game signs hanging out over top.
Okay, so now we've covered a lot and you've shared so many amazing things, but I'm going to give you one more last opportunity to share a final thought with our viewers.
Remember, the family who plays together stays together. And we also have a Learn to Play D&D session that's coming up on the 29th
That's kind of
for
fun.
people who want to sign up and actually get their sea legs with such a great style of games.
Okay, so one of the games that's really popular with my son and his friends is called Catan.
Yes.
So is that a popular game in your store?
Absolutely. The Green Bay Packers used to play that before they had game days.
I did not know that.
Absolutely.
All kinds of trivia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank you so much, and I appreciate you joining us and filling our heads with so many exciting things. It just whets our appetite. We've got to go hit this store and explore.
We try to keep an exciting space for everyone. And you can even meet our little 7-pound poodle who is a greeter for our shop.
I knew there was a mascot in that store.
There absolutely is.
What's the name?
Cinemuffin.
Cinemuffin. Okay, we've got to go now. Thanks for joining us today, and if you have a business and would like to be featured, reach out to me. I'd love to learn more and shine the spotlight on you. Send us a message, go to our website, laurelboardoftrade.org. Also, on our website, you can learn more about the Laurel Board of Trade and all the benefits and the many events that we sponsor. We invite you to join us for business networking. That's every third Thursday of the month. We're still meeting up virtually. We are planning to have some in-person events, so stay tuned. We have a powerful mix of business leaders that can help expand your network. So that's a wrap from the Laurel Board of Trade. Remember our tagline, it's small business, big ideas. And remember, shop local. See you next time.